Shining a bright red as always is Red Luster, and this is kind of an update video. This video is primarily not really scripted. I mean, I got like a general bullet points here, but I know if I make them a specific script, I'm not going to follow it, so I'm just going to jump right into it. So, first matter to discuss. Thank you everybody for 2,000 subscribers. Yes, this is technically the 2,000 subscriber celebration video. It's an update video. I would have gotten another comic commissioned to commemorate the moment, but money has been extremely tight, and I don't really have any other ideas on what I would get commissioned. If you guys have any ideas, then put a comment down below. I'll read it and either give you a heart, a thumbs up, or look at you in disgust and disdain as you suggest something so terrible. Anyway, that's a little joke. I want to emphasize that as a joke. Please don't take that personally. Anyway, next topic, or rather, general vibe of the video. I want to talk a little bit about the history of Red Luster. And you can't really talk about history unless you go all the way back to the beginning. You've probably been watching so far, or I've only just started the video now, I don't know. Editing me will have to make that decision. But you've been probably watching my first ever video. My first ever video on YouTube was a Dead by Daylight video, which I'm quite confidently called it was I Don't Know What I'm Doing. And really, it really exemplified my thought process at the time. I really had no idea what I was doing. I barely understood how OBS worked. I didn't really know how I would edit the video, which, as you've probably seen, I did not do that anyway. And you go back and watch the video, or if you're seeing it now, like I should have it edited now, the visual quality is really bad. The audio quality is not much better. This is back when I had my first microphone, and I did not have any idea how far or close I needed from my mouth to sound good. That's kind of on me for getting a big headset with a little gamer mic instead of a Piper microphone. But to be fair, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. It was just, it's a product of its time, and it's funny how I used to have the idea that I would do Dead by Daylight game content, and that thought just quickly died out, like almost immediately, as soon as I got a couple of videos in, because after a while, the only comments I was getting on those videos was people coming into that comment section to complain, insult me, both, or say something awful. Now, good news is, a lot of those comments did get filtered by YouTube, but those that did make it through, I just end up deleting. And, unfortunate to say, they were the only comments I was getting for a long time. Part of me wanted to just suck it up and maybe think to myself, hey, if people are hate watching my videos, that's more views on my videos, and it's fine. It shouldn't matter. You know, I'm getting views. That's the important part. But I eventually realized that maybe building a channel foundation off of hate watching might not be the best plan of action. So I eventually decided against it. Still though, humble beginnings and whatnot, you know. I always like to look back at this video, cringe, and know I am doing better. Maybe not by landslide, but I think I've gotten a lot better at commentating and knowing like when to say and when to make jokes and whatnot. It's definitely a learned skill that you kind of have to mostly learn on your own, as well as learn from other people. I would definitely recommend trying your best to study this kind of stuff before jumping into it. You might have a gentler landing than I did. But, yeah, I still don't have any plans to make any more Dead by Daylight videos. I still play Dead by Daylight, but not as much anymore. Not nearly as much, and if I can, I try not to. Because I'm not really a fan of where Dead by Daylight is a lot of my old complaints still kind of hold up as far as I'm aware. I've not gone back and rewatched the videos where I complain about stuff, but if I remember correctly, a majority of my complaints, such as the balancing and killers not being very strong, and maps being horrible, and perks being overpowered, they still kind of hold up now, which is kind of the main reason why I just never got back into Dead by Daylight like I did before, because it just kept getting worse, and it still is, and I play on the occasion hoping I'll get a glimpse to the game I used to enjoy, but now it's just like I would really rather find anything else to play. Now, unfortunately, because how tight money can be, that isn't really a lot of games to choose from. At least games I can, tab in and out of quickly, because I'm kind of a multitasker when it comes to my online stuff. I'll have YouTube open, I'll have Discord open, and maybe a couple other chats. Maybe I'll be browsing an art website, and then I'll have the game in the background. The great thing about having Dead by Daylight is that when you're waiting for queue, there's plenty of things to do while you're waiting. But other than that, I try to find other, I guess, games that you can pause in general and not get too involved in. I guess a good example is a lot of car games. Like Slay the Spire was a great example that I used to play that to death, but unfortunately I've played it so much to death that even with the 200 different mods I have at this point, I'm still bored. And that's unfortunately because I just played the game to death, and I kind of refuse to uninstall mods that may or may not be breaking the balance of the game. But moving on, next topic, I want to talk about another major point in Red Luster history. Dead Cedar, or as some of you older people may know, the series in which Max finally came in. Now, I love Max, he's my little buddy, he's my sweet little buddy, and I don't think I would have ever finished that game if it weren't for his help. I'm gonna just be dead honest. The dead air in that game just did so much for tension that I was like, oh my god, I need anybody to just weather the storm with me. And I was just like, hey, does anyone want to be part of my YouTube videos? And Max was like, yeah, sure, why not? And that's just kind of where it started. It's just, from that point on, it's just like, anytime I needed someone for a video, Max would jump in. And it just became a thing where it's like, well, now every video is just going to have Max in it. And Max has helped me significantly with my commentary game, because having someone to bounce off of, a co-host as I like to call him, helps you so much with either setting up a bit or just having the conversation not grind to a halt. Because when you're just talking to a screen, I know I'm talking to you guys, my audience, but I can't hear you guys or what your reactions are as I'm doing it. So you could be, giving me a thumbs up or flipping me off at the moment. I wouldn't know, because I won't find out until after the video's already been posted. And if you guys say anything at all, I won't lie. I wish you guys commented more, because whenever a video does well or does not do well and there's just no comments, I'm just like, well, I don't know what I did right here, or I don't know what I did wrong here. So, please, do your small creators a favor. Leave a comment. Even if you have nothing really constructive to say, or in reference to the video or anything, leaving a comment at all just saying, I don't know, Winnie the Pooh bear should have been a black bear. Leaving a comment like that, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe not mention Winnie the Pooh. I don't want the unwavering gaze of the owners of his copyright to come after. Oh wait, no, isn't he free domain now? Whatever, tangent aside. Leaving a comment in the comment section not only helps me a lot, but even when you have nothing of, nothing of real like communication or clarification. Just saying, hey, I like the video helps a lot, because leaving comments in the videos helps push them in the algorithm. And if you guys know YouTube, the algorithm is a terrifying creature that no one truly understands, and every time we do try to understand it and think we have some sort of conclusion to come to, it changes. So, yeah, not much to gain from that on end. But I guess it's finally time to move on to the next topic, Lycaru. Lycaru is a friend of mine who I've gotten a lot of art commissioned from. In fact, I'm going to be showing every piece that he has made for me and his channel here and now. They're probably popping up as a slideshow. This is editing Red Luster doing whatever this is, or making him dance. I don't know, depends on what he feels like. And I'm going to put the link to Ly's Twitter in the description of all my videos, so that you guys know he is an artist that I get my works from. Now, it may be confusing, but I'm just going to put all the artists that... If I ever get more artists, I'm just going to put them all together in the description, regardless of not if their work pops up in that video or if it's their artwork. You guys will just have to click through them to find out which one of the artists that are listed are the person I commissioned. The list, trust me, the list is probably not going to be any longer than maybe 2 or 3 people. I don't know. This is not exactly super duper future proofed, but it's something that I've been putting off, and I should have done this a long time ago. Yeah, being a YouTuber is hard. Keeping track of all this stuff is hard. A lot of people like to say being a YouTuber is like one of the easiest jobs in the world, but it is still a job, and it is still something that requires a lot more work than you probably think, especially when it comes to remembering stuff. And the worst part is I get paid like $9 a month, at best. I mean, that will change in the future, clearly. Once I start getting more views and better videos out there, I'll start getting more money, but as it stands, I'm just kind of nickel and diming and making my way through life as it is right now. So yeah, his stuff will be in the description. Look down there, it'll probably be at the bottom. But speaking of money, I want to talk about 2025 and the future of the channel. Before 2025, I knew this year was going to come up, and I was really excited because 25 is my favorite number. It's a very neat number, you know, you add 25 plus 25, you get 50, it's a quarter, and quarters are cool. But nothing could have prepared me for this year. The things that have happened this year. Finding out how my mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Right now, she's not doing too bad. She's gotten a lot of medical help and assistance, and, well, she could be better. She's definitely a lot better now than she was back then. And I thank you all for all your well wishes in regards to this happening. And it definitely threw a... yeah, there's no sugarcoating it. It threw a massive wrench into all my preparations for this year. And not to say that I'm upset that I didn't get to do any of it. It's I just didn't expect this to happen. And I guess I'm not really doing a great job of speaking about it. I'm tripping all over my words, and like I said, I don't really have a written script for this, so I'm just kind of speaking out of the mind. But in regards to the future of this channel, I wanted this year to be the year where I really took it off, but unfortunately that's going to be put on the back burner a little bit. But I still want this YouTube channel to grow and continue what it's doing now. My objective from the start, from 8 years ago, is to make entertainment for people. For people going through bad days or just being bored on a good day. I want to make entertainment for other people because I want the world to have more smiles in it. Or that give people the strength to push through another day. And I know I might be tooting my own horn here as saying that I'm doing such major things. And I know maybe now it's not doing that, but I hope maybe in the future, or anyone can prove me wrong in the comments below right now, how has my YouTube channel affected you? Have you found great entertainment? Do you just like to, peek your head in every once in a while, see what new indie horror games I'm doing? Or are you a dedicated viewer that just loves following along with the channel and watching it grow? I wouldn't really know, because, again, the comment sections can be usually empty. But that's not to say I don't appreciate you guys. I absolutely appreciate your views, and I'm really happy with what the channel is. Even if it's not nearly as big as I want it to be or I'd hoped it to be, I'm still happy to do what I'm doing now because I'm still enjoying myself. And I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves too. And if you're new here, first of all, really weird video to start with. Second of all, thank you for sticking through it so far. And third of all, please subscribe. A lot of YouTubers talk about this a lot of the time, but like 99% of people that watch our videos don't subscribe, which often means that they're either not returning or they're just banking on the fact that the YouTube algorithm will eventually show us again. And for creators as small as me, I need every subscriber possible because the more subscribers I have, the better the algorithm works, the more people see it, and the more I can share my entertainment with the world. But as it stands, I will be working on the channel to improve it further. I still want this to become bigger than it is now. It's just going to take significantly longer than I thought it would. And I'm okay with that. Until I start getting old and start turning to dust, that's when I'll start worrying about it. If it's still small. Though I suppose at that point I'd just be thinking about the cranberries that I need for my constipation. That was a bad joke. A little rambly at this point because on the last 2 points here. And here is the final point I have. Spooky month. It's October. Spooky month. Spooky month. Do the little dance. Okay. I should really get that commissioned at some point. If you're watching this video, that will probably be my next commission if next year, because I don't have the money now. Dang it, I should have asked for that as a birthday gift. Anyway. I'm just messing with you, Lai. Don't worry about it. Or if you are worried about it, come talk to me afterward and I'll clarify things. But for the rest of this month, I will be uploading on Saturdays and Sundays. That's right, you will get twice as many uploads every week for the rest of October. I'm doing this not only as a method of celebrating, but also just kind of burn through a little bit more of the backlog, and mostly because to celebrate. Spooky month, there's a lot of horror YouTubers, so if I'm gonna shoot my shot and get more recognition in the algorithm, I'm gonna have to push out more videos. And plus, again, it's a celebration, and as you can think of it as my thank you to you guys, subscribing, watching the videos, commenting, and just enjoying my content by giving you more of my content. It's gonna be hell to edit all those videos, but it's only for 1 month, and we're already on the 9th, so probably should have started this sooner. Sorry about that. But anyway, I guess I don't really have anything else left to talk about. One more time, thank you guys so much for, being here along with me. Thank you again for the 2 2,000 subscribers. And let's hope that I look back at this video a couple years and think to myself, man, I remember when I had 2,000 subscribers. Now I have 8 million. I don't think I'll ever get to that point, in all honesty, but it's hopeful thinking. You know what? Fake it till you make it, baby. I'm gonna work my butt off, and I'll probably only get like 500,000, but 500,000 is still 500,000, man. I mean, I'm just really happy I got past the amount of subscribers that are the current year. Over 2,000. I think that by itself is already a major accomplishment, but I'm rambling at this point. You guys get the gist. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you made it this far and you haven't left a comment yet, leave a comment on what is your favorite topping to put on your pizza. No, I will not hunt down anyone who says pineapple. I will look at you judgingly, but I'm not going to hunt you down. That's Max's job! Nah, I'm just kidding. Or am I? Nah, I'm kidding. Okay, I'm not going to do that bit. I'm going to stop the video. Thank you guys. This has been Red Luster signing out.